I'll see you next year, I'm sure. Sorry to break it to you, it doesn't mean so. Hi everyone and welcome back to Indie Rain Rocks. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a continuation / part 2 of my video that I uploaded on Thursday when we watched Niall play at the ISPA Handa World Invitational in Northern Ireland. So this video is going to be about my experience meeting Niall, as I'm sure if you watched my last vlog, and if not, link is up there, go watch it now. As you'll have seen in my last vlog, I did actually meet Niall, and if you follow me on social media, you'll have seen my pictures and everything that have been going around. And yeah, I thought I'd just do a little bit of a separate video kind of explaining in full what happened, what was said, what we did. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Before we get into it though, I do want to thank every single person that has subscribed since Wednesday. I mean, hi guys, welcome to the channel. So if you guys, you know, stick around. If you want to stick around, stick around. This golf was not my first rodeo. I have several other golf vlogs in the pipeline ready to upload in the next couple of weeks. So if you want to see any more Golf Niall content, stay subscribed, have a little watch. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and if you're not subscribed, then go subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right there, down below, right there next to my name. Anyway, let's get into this video. So just before Niall went and stood where he met all the fans, can I just point out, like, I'm so grateful to this man. There was easily about 200 people there and he met every single person, and I know he was in a rush, and yeah, I just want to thank Niall on behalf of myself and everyone else that was there for literally just taking the time out of his day, even though he was very busy, and he met every single person. So Niall, thank you. Thank you. What basically happened was they finished on the 9th hole, and one of the workers at Galgorm went up to Niall and we could see them kind of talking, and I overheard them basically talking about where they were going to go to stand to meet fans, because all day, obviously, none of us really had the expectation to meet Niall with all the COVID rules and everything. We didn't know if it was going to be possible. So we just kind of all had the little bit of a mindset of like, if he doesn't meet fans, that's fine, because we've had a really good day with him anyway. Meeting Niall at these golf events is kind of a little bit of a bonus if you don't get to meet Niall. You know, I don't see it as like, to me, it doesn't matter to me if I don't meet Niall, because I always see it as like having such an amazing day with all my friends, and obviously seeing him play golf as well. But like I say, the meeting Niall at the end of it is kind of a little bit of a bonus. They were walking down the 9th hole and I could see them kind of pointing at where they were going to stand, and Niall said, right, I'll stand over there. And then the guy like said something to him and Niall was like, right, okay, well, do you want to tell them that? Gesturing obviously towards all the fans in the crowd. So the guy turned around and kind of like said to everyone like where Niall was going to stand, what was going to happen and everything. So loads of the girls that were kind of standing around like didn't believe him, because at these sorts of events like people lie and it's really bad, and like no one believes anyone unless it's like an official person that said it. So I was like, guys, it's fine. I literally just heard Niall say, I'm gonna go stand over there, do you want to tell them that? So obviously we knew then that he was going to meet everyone, and they were saying, right, everyone line up on this side, because if you're standing on that side then we're just going to assume you've already got your picture, you're not going to be let back in. So we kind of all shuffled into this like tiny little corner, like 200 of us just like, it was great actually getting to like watch all the fans go in to meet Niall and come back out, because loads of them were like crying and like not hysterical, but they were just like crying and things. So it was a lot of their like first times meeting Niall. So I was just like, oh my goodness, I was literally that person once upon a time. I was like at a golf event as well, was the first time I ever met Niall, so I kind of really got their like emotion, and I just like, obviously with COVID rules I can't really go up to random strangers anymore and give them a hug, because usually I would, if I know this is someone's first time meeting one of the boys, I usually want to just go over and give them a hug and be like, I know how you feel. But obviously I couldn't, so I just had to stand and just watch and just be like, oh, just literally so happy for everyone that got to meet him that day, especially for the ones that met him for the first time. So eventually quite a few fans went in. I probably met Niall about halfway through, when he was halfway through all the fans. So I obviously walked up to him, and there were a couple of fans kind of in that little area just before I got in there, so I kind of held myself back a little bit and waited, because they were saying something to Niall, so I waited for them to kind of finish what they were saying, because I wasn't going to interrupt the conversation. So when they'd kind of gone, I like stepped up to Niall and I was like, hello, and he was just like, hello, you alright, how's it going, you okay? And I was like, why are you asking me so many questions in like 1 minute? Calm down, sir, please. I can't answer all these questions at the same time. So when he said hello, we both said "you're right" at the same time, because I always, like, every time I walk up to Niall, I'm like, "Oh, you're right," because it's just something, like, where I'm from, it's just something you say to, like, when you're greeting someone, you're just like, "Oh, you're right," and so we both said that to each other at the same time. And then when he was saying, "Oh, how's it going, you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not bad," and then I kind of stood to get my picture. And what, basically, a little bit of a backstory to this, I was saying to my friends, because Niall was actually stood on his left, my right, when I was looking at him, and I was saying to my friends, like, "Oh no, my left side's my better side, I prefer getting pictures, like, with my left side more prominent. What am I going to do? He's standing on my side, I'm going to have to ask him to, like, swap." So we're kind of having a bit of a laugh and joke about that. And then when I got in there, I was standing on his right, which obviously was the side that I said, well, like, the side I said that I didn't want to be kind of standing on, but I did it anyway. So, like, just being caught up in that moment, I completely forgot to ask him to switch sides. So my mum came in with me to take my photo, so she took, like, a couple of photos and then went, "Oh, is that the right side?" And I turned around to Niall, I was like, "Oh no, please can we switch sides?" And he was just like, "Oh Jesus Christ," and started laughing, and I was like, "I'm sorry." So then he was just like, "Oh, it's okay." So then I stood, obviously, you know, on my preferred side, and then we got another picture. And obviously I said thank you, and then my mum takes me, like, to all these places. She has done literally since I was 14. I'm nearly 22, so since I was 14 my mum has taken me everywhere for these boys. So she basically walked up to him and was just like, "I want a photo with you," and he was like, "Come on then." And then she went, "You know, I do all this travelling," and he went, "Come on then." And then my mum, like, sassed him back and was just like, "Come on then," like, copied him, and I was like, "Mother, you don't do that to Niall Horan, please be nice to him." So I was just standing there next to Basil, who was taking my mum's picture, and I was just like, I was like, "Mother, stop sassing this man back." On Twitter, I basically tweeted, like, in quotes saying, "Oh, I'll see you next year, I'm sure." And everyone on Twitter was just like, "Oh my god, does he mean tour? He means tour, oh my goodness." Sorry to break it to you, he doesn't mean tour. I mean, I'm sure we will all get to see him at some point next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he will go on tour and he will do some live events and we'll all get to see him again very, very soon. But what he actually meant by "I'll see you next year, I'm sure," is that he knows that me and my mum go to that specific event every single year, and we have done since 2017, and even in 2018 when he didn't turn up because he had other commitments in America. We have literally gone to that event every single year and we've supported them every single year, and he has acknowledged that, like, in previous years he has thanked me in the past, saying thanks for coming every year, and that is a story time that's coming up. So, like I said earlier, if you're subscribed, stay subscribed, and if you're not, get subscribing. Anyway, so yeah, what he meant by "I'll see you next year, I'm sure," is kind of him saying to me and my mum, like, "Oh, I'll see you here next year, like, I'll see you at this golf next year, I'm sure." And we were just like, obviously, of course, it's like our favourite event of the year practically. After she took her photo, she said to him, she was just like, "You know, we've really missed you, you know." And he kind of, like, stood back, like, a bit like, "Oh," as if he kind of didn't, like, he said in interviews, like, recently, that he's really missed the fans and that he can't wait to kind of be in an environment where he can see his fans again. But I think actually hearing someone kind of say it, especially with it being a fan's mum rather than, like, an actual fan, actually hearing someone say, "We've really missed you," you know, I think it kind of took him back a little bit. And my mum said afterwards to me, she was just like, "You know I said that we've really missed you, you know," but she kind of meant, like, everything, like the whole aspect of, like, travelling and seeing people and just doing, like, just making memories, really. Like, she kind of missed the whole aspect of it, not just seeing Niall, like, the whole aspect of everything that we do in order to, like, get to that end result of seeing Niall. Like, she's kind of missed everything. Obviously with COVID we've not really been able to do anything for 18 months, so this is the first time we've done anything, like, major that's kind of, like, normal for us. So it was just really nice. And usually it is actually, like, in the second week of August, so we kind of make it a bit of a birthday trip for me as well, kind of like just going over there. We treat it as like a little bit of a birthday trip that me and my mum go on, and obviously I see friends there as well, so it's usually a nice little trip for us. But yeah, that's basically my kind of experience meeting Niall. After that we went out and then obviously filmed everyone else meeting him. And it's quite funny actually, because my friend Phoebe, as you'll have seen if you have watched the other video, you'll have seen that we all went like that to Niall and he did the finger guns back. And my friend Phoebe, when she went in to meet him, she was kind of like, oh, can we do the finger gun for the picture? And he said, oh, that's strictly for the mirror. So we were like, oh, sassy sir, okay. So she was laughing, and then my friend Lauren took a selfie with Niall, and then she went to give her phone to Basil and was just like, oh, Basil, please, can you take a standing one? And Basil was like, no, 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 and like ushered her out. And then Niall started like laughing, like really laughing when that happened, and we were all just standing there like laughing that he just ushered her out, and we were just like, oh my god. But luckily, like, Lauren obviously saw the funny side of it, and it was honestly, it was like so funny, like when you were there and like watching it, it was really funny. And then a few more of us went in, and then the final girl in our group, Chloe, when she went in and took her picture, I don't know what came over us and why we did this specifically to Chloe, but for whatever reason we then started shouting, besties, go on Chloe, and like kind of really encouraging her with Niall. I don't know what came over us to do that. And basically then Niall kind of looked over at us all as Chloe was leaving and started laughing, and then he was just like, oh, full of chat, and now she's... And then I didn't quite get what he said, but we were all just like really laughing with him. So it was just really nice to kind of have that banter back, because we've not had it like in such a long time with Niall. It was just nice to kind of have that interaction again. That's pretty much what happened. That's pretty much the story time. Obviously I do want to say like how proud I am of Modest and everyone, the whole team, like for this event, because we've, like I said before, we've been going since 2017, and to just see how the event has grown in that time is just amazing. Like in 4 years they've literally done amazing things, like just walking around now and seeing all the big brands like TaylorMade and everything like that, and it's just like, wow, they've really worked hard for this. And I just want to say I'm so proud of them all, because they've done so well with this, especially with the whole having men and women playing against each other for equal prize money. I mean, there's not many sports that do that, so the fact that Niall's kind of trying to bring that into the golf world is just incredible. So I'm so proud of the whole team, really. I just really am. I'm so proud of them all. So yeah, that is basically the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said before, I do have a lot more golf vlogs to come out that I have filmed in the past, and I have literally ready to go and upload in the next few weeks, so stick around if you want to see those. And that is basically it. I just want to finish this video by telling you all to follow your passion, make it happen, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!